Happy Easter, everybody. My name is Claude Boone Jr., owner of Combat Rescue Transportation, LLC. We are a veteran-owned and operated non-emergency medical transport service located here in beautiful Gilbert, Arizona. However, we service the entirety of Maricopa County, the entire state of Arizona, hell, anywhere on the West Coast. If you need to get there, Combat Rescue Transportation can handle it. Not a problem. That being said, we offer things and amenities that other companies just can't compete with. One of those things is concierge blocks of time. If you need a concierge block of time, that time is yours to do with whatever you choose. If you need to go to a doctor's appointment, if you need to go to the mall, if you need to go watch a volleyball game. In that service, we 100% stay right by your side throughout the entire journey. Want to go to the movies? It's not a problem. Our mission is your independence. Here at Combat Rescue Transportation, one of our core beliefs is that disabled people are more so than not a tad bit disregarded. I personally have seen the vehicles that they supply for your transportation. I simply was not satisfied. So in that, I decided that I was going to create a different type of company, a different kind of transportation experience, so that you got the most out of your ride and not have to worry about, oh my God, it smells like feeding him. Excuse my French. That being said, if you have a standard chair and you need that ride, every amenity comes with it except for our crown jewel. And I like to refer to it as our crown jewel because of the versatility of this device. It simply makes appointments, just moving about in general. It changes the dynamic. Let me explain why. What you got right here, this is the Broder Traversa Transit Chair. Handmade in Canada. These chairs are not available on the shelf. You cannot buy this chair from any supplier in stock. They're made to order. They are not stockpiled. That being said, this chair was exclusively made for non-emergency medical transport. It has features that you would only see in high-end nursing homes. It has safety features that you won't see on any other type of chair. It has mobility features that you can't find on any other type of wheeled device. That being said, let's talk about some of these features for a second. Now, let's say you needed concierge time. I arrived at your care facility and you needed to be put into the Broder. One of the main causes of accidents in non-emergency medical transport is the lifting of your loved one. It's the putting of your loved one from one space to another. You see what I'm getting at? That being said, with the Broder Traversa Transit, let's talk about some of those features for a minute, like removable side bolsters, both shoulder and waist. Now, oh, did I forget to mention, crash tested to 55 miles an hour, Racing's harness X chest style belt plus lap belt. So we know for a fact that our loved one is going to be securely fastened into the Broda. The Broda also features, this is real Napa leather by the way, but there is a seating technology. It's not, what's that, memory foam? It's not a memory foam type of thing. This is a distribution platform that allows even distribution of weight no matter where the patient sits on the pad. So if you have to lean heavy to one side, you may be a little tender from a procedure or whatnot, or maybe just a few too many needle sticks. That being said, to rotate on one side will evenly distribute that weight. You're not gonna get the numb legs, you're not gonna get the tingly spider pins and needles from the sleepy waking up. That being said, each surface is made of that same quality material, and the chair itself features a suspension system that doesn't allow you to bow. You know, in a standard chair, it's just a piece of leather stretched across 2 points, right? Not with the Broda. The Broda has a skeletonized system behind the back, under the bottom, that's going to allow that even distribution of weight no matter where the patient lands on this surface, and the comfort level goes up tenfold. No comparison. That being said, if we needed to recline the client, if we needed a little more reclination, for, if that's even a word, for just a little more comfort in the trip, the Broda can adjust fully here. But let's say when we get to the doctor's appointment, we've got to transfer from here to the table. We are not about to disturb, move, or lift your loved one in that fashion, not here at Combat Rescue. What we're going to do is we're going to hydraulically raise the chair here. You see that coming, did you? And then we're going to fully recline into a stretcher position. This is not available from any of your standard carriers. Here at Combat Rescue Transportation, we can actually handle 90% of all gurney needs. Let me continue. Transfer from the Broda to the table. We have patented Smart Roll. This board, once placed under your loved one, is not a traditional slide where we have to lift up on your loved one and force them over. Once they're on this device, we simply and gently from each end roll them to the next destination. In our elderly, in our more bedridden loved ones' lives, skin does get thin. With this technology that they made this board out of, with the technology that they put in this material here, this is anti-drag. There's no abrasions, there's no pulling or throttling of the person to get them to move around. We're going to gently move your loved one from one station to the other. And we're a long way from done with this. So that being said, returning the client to the seating position, and in any angle that they're more comfortable doing the journey, the Broda can articulate to any of these angles inside the van without disturbing the client whatsoever. Very gently moved around, moving it into the position that's going to make them more comfortable. Also, for our more bariatric patients, the chair can handle up to 450 pounds. The side bolsters do extend to make the chair out to about a 24-inch width. So the chair is very versatile in that respect as well. It also features these anti-tip rollers here and there for when you're in gurney mode. They come down manually. I'll put those in place to allow a more safe and less jittery ride as we move along. Also, one of the features that I really like is once you disengage the main brake, there's a secondary hand brake here, a la 10-speed style, with rotors and calipers. So when I need to stop the vehicle, this platform will stop on a dime. That being said, you run into a lot of situations inside institutions that require you to swivel the chair. And 99% of the time, if it's not a Broda, you're going to have to scoop the chair around, which mars the floor, damages the chair and the wheels. That being said, with the Broda, one press on this level here, and two, if you come around, you'll see two 360-degree permanent wheels engage. This allows me to swivel the chair in and out of any doorway without damaging the chair, the floor, or possibly tipping the client over. It disengages from a hand grip here, and we're ready to go. We also feature an oxygen bag. If you do have supplemental oxygen, we carry a bag just to drop your tank in here. If you come around front here, you'll also see that the chair features on the footwell, it's extendable to any comfort level that the client needs. Also, we can accommodate clients up to 6'5". So, that being said, this is just one of the many reasons when you need your loved one transported with a different level of safety in mind. Combat Rescue Transportation, we're the call you need to make. Let me show you some other things over here right quick. And if you'll meet me around back right here, we'll start with a few features. Now, one of the main factors that I considered in building this cabin was your comfort, your safety. If you don't mind, stay right there. I'm gonna need to turn. All right. When I built this vehicle, my prevailing thought was, how can I make this the most comfortable trip for my client? And the first thing I thought about was his ass on the heat. So, once I acquired the vehicle, I had the entire interior stripped out. I did it. And if you'll look right here, if you see that silver material back there, that's what you call thermal barrier. That is a double insulation that I installed because of stop and go traffic in Arizona can just be a nightmare. And I can understand that through the experience with my grandmother was an amputee. A lot of amputees have difficulty regulating body temperature. That being said, a lot of dialysis patients get really cold from dialysis. So trying to keep all of those things in mind, I double insulated the cabin. This cabin has an R value equivalent to a brand new home, very well built brand new home. In that spirit of wanting to make sure that the cabin was illuminated as well as possible, I added as many feature lights as I could, just to give the passenger a sense of this is more than just a box they shoved me in. We carry a cardiac sciences defibrillator. Now I'll explain the defibrillator. Most incidents where you have a cardiac event, only 10% of the people survive. And in my military service, in my civilian life, I've had to administer CPR more than once. And it is a situation where you literally have to break the rib cage. You got to crunch those bones to get down to the heart. That would most likely end the person's life prematurely anyway. That being said, I am trained in this device, and if there were more of a chance for me to attempt a life-saving measure with your loved one, then I'm going to do everything that I humanly could to prevent their premature passing. So we do carry a cardiac sciences defibrillator, a first aid kit, as well as a bloodborne pathogen kit. We also carry a shade umbrella that attaches to the broder for walks outside. If you want to go around the lake, get you some air, not a problem. We're going to keep you nice and cool. We also use a germ away. This is, let me just attach it here. This is an 18-watt handheld UVB light. This light will kill any bloodborne fluid, any pathogen that is on a surface in this vehicle. It's not going to be here after I use this. And the reason being is because many of our elderly and infirmed and disabled loved ones have compromised immune systems. So it was my thought to at least allow them the most pristine environment that I could. That being said, if you're coming from dialysis and you're a bit chilly, we offer fully electric warming blankets, so that if you just need to knock the chill off, you don't have to have the vehicle turn the heat up sky high or anything. You can simply wrap up, warm up, and get comfortable. That's what we're here for. That being said, let's move around here a little bit. I'm gonna show y'all something. Now, y'all see that right there? That is what you call an X-Power HEPA carbon filter industrial air scrubber. That device will scrub the air to 0.03 microns. That means we're going to grab COVID. We're going to grab your flu viruses. What we're doing here is we're, again, taking another step to give the passenger the most pristine environment in which to travel. Because you got to understand, these vehicles transport multiple people. Most times than not, multiple ill people. So what they're breathing out is still in here. At Combat Rescue Transportation, that's simply not the case. Our cabins are pristine environments for their health, for their respiratory health, and from any other pathogens. Excuse me. That being said, we also offer, if you'll look right there, that's a custom built. It serves as a shelf, but also an exhaust port for the X Power. It allows the air to move around the cabin in a circular fashion to ensure that everything is moving through the filter at all times and being cleansed. But you'll also take note, if you have a laptop or a device that you need to charge, there's charging here. We feature an a Bestic 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter. It's safe for your tablet, laptop, any device that you need to plug into that outlet. Is just like plugging into your home, not a problem. There's also noise canceling wireless headphones for if you want to take a peek. Let's talk about the 19-inch drop-down fully Android monitor. Now, I don't have it on at the moment because you have to start the car. But I want to show you something real special. If you look right here, this is what you would call an Inseego mobile hotspot. This little device right here is 5G. I ain't the most technical guy in the world, but it's 5G. It can hold up to 64 devices, mobile Wi-Fi. So there's DirecTV on the monitor. So if you want to catch your favorite show, there's 500 cable stations. There's 70 premium stations, HBO, Cinemax, anything you want to watch for us cable. I have huge libraries there. There's Amazon TV, YouTube, anything that you would want to watch television-wise is right there. Anything that you needed to stream, use my Wi-Fi. Don't worry about yours. I got you. That being said, if you'll come around here a little bit. That being said, again, for your loved ones' safety, security, to know that they're in good hands, we utilize here at Combat Rescue Transportation, we utilize the Bob Love body cam. This body cam is used by military forces in conflict zones. It's very rugged. It has 16 hours of voice and video playback. Memory's outrageous, and any of the files can be downloaded to anywhere you need. We also utilize the Van True dash cam. If you'll look right there, that's called the Van True dash cam. The Van True is a very special dash cam because not only do I have forward view here, rear view out through a secondary camera, I also have, if you'll look right there, there's no little camera. That camera watches your loved one from a forward-facing view. There's also a double camera in the rear to watch your loved one from a rear-facing view. So, we also feature, this is a Garmin GPS system. Now you might say, why that old thing? Well, your phone is cell-based. That is radio-based. Now, I'm old enough to remember a device they used to call a beeper. Now, a beeper, yeah, it was a little thing that a number came through. That was it. But a beeper was radio-based. Radio waves can penetrate objects a lot more dense than a cell tower can. That being said, if you're in a rural area, or I need to collect you from a place that doesn't have great reception, I'm going to find you in a heartbeat, because Garmin utilizes radio, not cell. So I'm going to find you anywhere y'all. That being said, also, if you have any devices that you need to charge, that's what this station is here for. You can charge multiple tablets. any style you need, from the C charger to the old Android to your tablet. You have all of those right there. As well as, let's get a little back up a little bit. For rural areas that, you know, it's very dangerous to have to hop out and place cones and stuff like that, you know. So what I decided was we're going to use strobes so that no matter the situation, when I'm collecting your loved one, there is a visible alert to anyone passing that not only are we loading precious cargo, but we also have amber spotlights on the rear to illuminate loading and unloading in light averse situations. So those are just a few of the features that we give you here at Combat Rescue Transportation. So in closing, I'm sure these videos are gonna get a lot better. I'm gonna do a lot more talking because I got a whole lot to say. But in that, what I would hope is that anyone seeing this, pass this along to your loved ones. If you have anyone infirmed that needs just a bit more care, call Combat Rescue Transportation. Claude Boone Jr., proud Desert Storm veteran. I really appreciate y'all for giving me this time, and I'll be talking to you again real soon. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Easter. God bless you. Thank you.